In 2016, a book titled It Ends With Us was released. In 2024, a film adaptation of this book was made, starring Justin Baldoni and Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, in the lead roles. The book became widely known for raising awareness about domestic violence, which made it the best-selling novel of that year, and helped it gain a huge fan base. However, while the book gained fame for addressing the serious issue of domestic violence, unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the film. The movie has now become entangled in controversy involving sexual harassment, defamation, and a $4 million legal case. So what exactly happened that turned It Ends With Us into a controversy? Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively are now taking legal action against each other.
Actor-director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
And today, we're going to talk about why. We'll also discuss the controversy surrounding this case and the $400 million lawsuit. In 2019, actor and director Justin Baldoni announced that he would be adapting Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, It Ends With Us, into a film. The production was being handled by Justin's company, Wayfarer Studios, which he co-owns with billionaire Steve Sarowitz. Originally published in 2016, the book was translated into over 20 languages and sold more than 1 million copies. It even won the Goodreads Choice Award in 2016 and became a bestseller. The novel deals with themes of domestic and emotional abuse, inspired by the real-life experiences of Colleen Hoover's parents.
Appreciative I am to my mother, who got us out of a scary situation when I was little and brought us here to this house, which doesn't look like much, but this house was full of love and joy. So thank you, Mom, for making that very difficult decision. We're now discussing a movie that's made from a book that was loosely inspired by my mother. It's bittersweet.
After securing the film rights in 2019, Justin began working on the screenplay alongside writer Christy Hall. 4 years later, Colleen Hoover officially announced on TikTok that Blake Lively would play the lead role of Lily Bloom.
Our Lily is going to be played by Blake Lively,
while Justin Baldoni would both direct the film and star as Ryle Kincaid.
And then when I first met Justin Baldoni, who is directing the film for It Ends With Us, I immediately wanted him to be Ryle. I just thought that he had...
The cast also includes big names like Jenny Slate, Hassan Minhaj, and Brandon Sklenar. Colleen Hoover herself expressed excitement about Blake's casting, saying, "Where Blake is my dream Lily."
She's my dream Lily.
While Wayfarer Studios and Columbia Pictures are producing the film, Blake Lively is also co-producing the project. In May 2023, It Ends With Us began filming in Hoboken, New Jersey. However, in June, production was temporarily halted due to the Writers Guild of America WGA strike. By July 2023, SAG-AFTRA also called for a strike, which caused even more delays. Despite a significant portion of the film being completed, the production remained on hold until 2024. During this time, from June 2023 to June 2024, a growing controversy between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni started gaining attention online. In May 2024, leaked photos of Blake Lively dressed as Lily Bloom surfaced on the internet. Fans of It Ends With Us were not pleased with Lily Bloom's look, and their reactions flooded social media with comments like, "Is this a prank? Why does she look like a cozy single mom? Fire the stylist." Many readers of the book felt that the on-screen version of Lily Bloom did not match their expectations. Seeing the backlash, author Colleen Hoover initially stated that she had no idea Lily's look would turn out this way. However, later she defended the decision, explaining that people were reacting without context. According to Hoover, once the movie is released, everything will make sense. Blake's age also sparked a lot of criticism. Fans pointed out that a Lily in the book is only 23 years old, while Blake is 35. Was this the right casting choice? Interestingly, Justin Baldoni, who plays Ryle, is 39 years old, yet he faced no backlash. Now, It Ends With Us is a film with a very serious theme as it deals with domestic violence. However, fans noticed something. Blake wasn't taking the film's promotion seriously at all. Her tone was happy and light, which didn't match the heavy theme of the movie. This contrast felt odd to many, leading to even more criticism. Audiences began to wonder, if the film was based on such a serious topic, why was Blake treating saying it so casually? Did she even read the script? In fact, after It Ends With Us wrapped up production, Blake Lively was frequently seen promoting her personal products, sometimes a hairline beauty product, other times a drink brand. This led to further criticism from fans, who felt that she wasn't taking the film seriously. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni stayed true to the film's theme by actively spreading awareness about domestic violence. Once the film's promotions ended and the premiere took place, fans noticed something strange. Blake and Justin seemed distant from each other. In fact, none of the cast members even followed Justin on Instagram. According to sources, Blake allegedly locked Justin and his friends in a basement, stating, "What Justin shouldn't be around me." At first, fans speculated that this could be a marketing strategy, considering the serious tone of the movie. However, the real story was something entirely unexpected. On August 9th, It Ends With Us was released. But for those who had read the original novel, the film turned out to be a major disappointment. Fans complained about several issues, including Lily's mother's arc and her journal entries being completely missing. Blake and Colleen Hoover seemingly avoiding the serious topic of domestic abuse. In the book, Lily was at least a lovable character, but in the movie, she felt weak and unconvincing. While Blake's portrayal received backlash, Justin's performance was praised. Viewers appreciated the film's visuals, and the emotional scenes left many in tears. Overall, this book turned out to be a disappointment for readers. While the movie's storyline itself was disappointing, another controversy was brewing on the other side. This controversy involved a PR battle and the exposure of some leaked messages, which eventually led to a major lawsuit being filed just a month later. After the release of It Ends With Us, the film received a mixed response. However, despite having a budget of $25 million, it managed to generate a staggering $351 billion in revenue, making it the highest grossing film of Blake's career. But in December 2024, Blake filed a complaint against Justin Baldoni with the California Civil Rights Department, alleging that the work environment on set was highly toxic. She claimed that unwanted kissing scenes were added, her creative inputs were ignored, and her boundaries were completely disrespected. She also stated that she was not provided with a safe workspace. After the writer's strike, Blake approached Columbia Pictures, but they didn't have the authority to take action. She then turned to Wayfarer Studios, which is owned by Justin Baldoni himself. Blake's husband Ryan Reynolds supported her, and together they demanded a safe work environment. Wayfarer and its entire team discussed the issue and established a set of do's and don'ts that everyone was required to follow. However, when these rules were broken, Blake filed a complaint against Justin Baldoni for creating a toxic work environment, sexual harassment, and engaging in a PR battle. She alleged that she was required to perform a childbirth scene without clothes, which she was not comfortable with. Producer Jemmy Heath, who was sitting nearby, even showed her a video of his wife's delivery, which made her feel even more uncomfortable. Later, it was also confirmed that there would be no discussions about porn on set, as Justin had a history of being a porn addict. Another rule stated that no kissing scenes would be improvised because one had been done without consent in the past. However, Justin broke this rule as well. Additionally, a privacy rule was set in place to ensure that when Blake was breastfeeding her baby in her vanity van, no one would disturb her. But an incident occurred where Blake was topless in her vanity van while her makeup was being removed, and Jemmy Heath entered without permission. Blake asked him to stop, but he didn't listen. When she asked him to turn the other way, he refused and said, "I have a habit of looking at the person I'm talking to." This incident deeply disturbed Blake. Another agreement was that no one would discuss Justin's past because he had previously spoken about his ex-girlfriend's abusive behavior. However, one day, while sitting in a car, Justin himself brought up the topic with Blake, making her feel extremely uncomfortable. A complaint was also filed regarding leaked photos from the film. Additionally, Blake had requested that no one ask about her weight, but Justin still asked her about it. There was also a rule that no one should use the word sexy on set, but Justin broke that rule as well. The California Civil Department filed a complaint against Justin Baldoni, Jemmy Heath, and Wayfarer Studios regarding these incidents. In December, Blake officially filed a lawsuit, and the New York Times published a full article exposing Justin's smear campaign machine. Blake received significant support from the industry, and rumors began circulating that in 2023, Justin had hired Melissa Nathan as a PR manager to go against Blake. Melissa had previously worked for Johnny Depp and Logan Paul, and was allegedly planning to ruin Blake Lively's image. After this incident, several cast members who had been anyone following Justin on Instagram unfollowed him. Even the book's author, Colleen Hoover, stood in support of Blake. Amber Heard also spoke in her favor, stating that lies spread quickly on social media and eventually turned into truth, something she had personally witnessed. Following this controversy, Justin began facing serious backlash. His show, Man Enough, was canceled, and his co-host Liz Plank resigned. His ex-publicist also filed a lawsuit against his PR firm. WME talent agency dropped Justin, and even the Voice of Solidarity award he was supposed to receive was canceled. Sony Pictures also came out in support of Blake, which led to Justin losing 3 major projects. The internet turned against him, but eventually, Justin attempted to return with his defense. After this incident, and the New York Times published a full article about it, taking a stance against Justin even before the court had reached a verdict. In response, Justin filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit against the New York Times, accusing them of publishing a misleading article. Blake also presented some chat messages as evidence, but Justin claimed they were misleading and edited, lacking the full context. Despite this, the New York Times defended their article, stating that they had over 1,000 pages of original documents which they had reviewed before publishing the story. In January 2025, Justin filed a $400 million lawsuit for civil extortion, defamation, and privacy invasion against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake's publicist Leslie Sloan. During legal proceedings, Justin provided evidence to counter Blake's allegations. Blake had accused Justin of asking about her weight despite her objections. However, Justin explained that during the film's shoot, there was a scene where he had to lift Blake. And since he was suffering from back pain at the time, he needed to know her weight, not to insult her, but to ensure he could perform the scene safely. Blake also claimed that Jemmy Heath had shown her porn, but Heath clarified that it was actually a discussion about a childbirth scene. Since the team was unsure how to portray it, Heath showed a video of his own wife's delivery as a creative reference, which was not pornographic at all. Regarding the incident in Blake's vanity van, where she accused Heath of entering without permission while she was breastfeeding, Justin presented chat evidence showing that Blake herself had previously called Heath inside. Blake had also accused Justin of using the word sexy, despite it being prohibited on set. However, Justin revealed chat messages in which Blake herself had used the word in conversations. He questioned why it was an issue only when he used it. Blake further claimed that Justin had failed to hire an intimacy coordinator for sensitive scenes, but Justin provided proof that he had, in fact, hired one. Blake simply refused to meet with them. Justin also stated that Blake had made an unreasonable demand for a producer credit and had pressured him into agreeing. He even showed an email as proof of this. Blake had released a short clip showing an improvised kissing scene where she appeared visibly uncomfortable. However, Justin later released a full version of the clip where Blake could be seen instructing Justin on how to hold her properly during the scene.
So big.
I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late.
Blake even alleged that Justin had attempted to portray underage girls inappropriately in the film. In response, Justin clarified that while the character in the film was young, the actress playing the role was an adult, and there was no issue with it. Finally, questions arose about why. If the set environment was truly unsafe, Blake had returned to the set. This led to speculation that perhaps Heath and Justin had resolved all disputes with Blake through discussions, which is why filming had resumed. In January, Justin's team released behind-the-scenes footage revealing the full context of a video that Blake had edited before sharing it publicly. In her version, it seemed like Justin was inappropriately touching her lips and neck while making personal comments. However, the uncut footage showed that both actors were in character, and Justin remained professional throughout, even managing direction. Once the scene was cut, Justin's professionalism was further evident. At the film's premiere, Justin's friends were reportedly locked in the basement because Blake allegedly didn't want him to appear in front of her. Additionally, Blake and Ryan Reynolds had rewritten certain scenes themselves. Blake even had an alternative edit of the film prepared with the Deadpool and Wolverine editor. Fans later noticed that Ryan had inserted a character named Mr. Nicepool in Deadpool and Wolverine, seemingly mocking Justin. In January, Blake and Ryan started publicly stating that Justin's team was trying to manipulate narratives through daily meetings. They wanted to stop Justin's lawyer from making public statements, but he continued. Justin also announced that he would launch a website to present all evidence. Recently, that website went live, providing comprehensive case-related information. Justin and his lawyer stated that they are committed to revealing the truth no matter the consequences. On January 27th, the court set the trial date for March 9th, 2026, with a pre-trial hearing scheduled for February 3rd, where media leaks and lawyer conduct would be discussed. On January 28th, a 6-minute voice recording from 2023 surfaced in which Justin seemed to admit fault to Blake.
I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with, and hopefully it's not been the experience with.
However, the source of the recording remains unknown, and neither party has confirmed its authenticity. After Warren, the New York Times, published its article, they defended their decision by claiming they had reviewed all chat records and documents before publication. However, Justin's legal team argued that if they had indeed reviewed the full context, they would not have published a misleading article. As a result, that the New York Times now faces legal trouble. Additionally, accusations surfaced that Blake tried to control the final cut of the film. Justin's team dismissed her allegations as manipulative and baseless, emphasizing that the court would decide the truth. Justin has made continuous efforts to prove his innocence, but he also hinted that Blake had feelings for him during filming and sought revenge when he didn't reciprocate. In January 2025, Justin's lawyers sent a letter to Disney requesting all Deadpool and Wolverine files, questioning why Ryan mocked Justin in the movie and why the Mr. Nicepool character bore a striking resemblance to him. Blake allegedly tried to stop Justin's lawyers from releasing evidence, but they proceeded with full disclosure. There are also claims that Blake brought Ryan and Taylor Swift to meetings with Justin, leveraging their star power to pressure him into accepting the script changes she wanted. Now, reports suggest that Taylor Swift might be called to testify, as she has been dragged into the case. For now, the court has paused Justin's lawsuit against the New York Times, while his legal team fights to keep the case moving forward. If the case isn't dismissed, Justin's team will be able to collect all evidence from the newspaper. The trial is set to run until March 2026. It won't be televised, but its audio will be made available. Initially, Justin Baldoni faced intense backlash, but as he continued presenting evidence, a significant portion of the audience began siding with him. Many, who once viewed Blake and Ryan as the perfect couple, now suspect that not everything is as it seems. Ryan had previously stated that Blake came from a working-class background, but people pointed out that her father was an actor and her mother a talent manager. Blake then started labeling others as Nepo babies, which drew further criticism. This entire case is now being compared to the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. Unfortunately, despite the film's artistic merit, the controversy has overshadowed it, leaving its legacy infamous. Subscribe now to Sizzle Gossip Bell.